Hi, Chris here with the ASUS Zenfone 3 Ultra. So I'm going to give you just a quick update here. This is my 24 hours impressions of using it now just for a day. I did complete the PC Mark battery life test here, and this is the score. I'll just quickly go through the results here. So I got 9 hours and 1 minute. That is less than my Xiaomi Mi Max. Now the Xiaomi Mi Max has a slightly larger battery. It's got a 4850 milliamp hour battery. This one here has 4600. But the Xiaomi Mi Max got 13 hours and 10 minutes. This gets 9 hours and 1 minute, which isn't a bad score, but honestly, I expected around 12 hours. A little more than this, so a few more hours of runtime there. You can see that the work battery, the work performance scores there, they are around or maybe even slightly less of what I got on the Mi Max. The screen on time, hang on, I will just show you that, sorry. Screen on time is actually less as well. So the screen on time came out to be at the moment, well, 8 hours and 3 minutes. Now what I managed to get with my Mi Max was around 11 hours and 15 minutes screen on time. So definitely better. Battery life is going to be better on the Mi Max. I will have a comparison of those two mobile phones, but despite the battery life, I'm finding this is a better device. It just has a much better build quality. I'm really happy with the camera. It's definitely a huge step up from the 16 megapixel one that is on the Mi Max. Now the Mi Max can take an okay photo, but it sometimes has a little bit of trouble with the focus there. The video quality isn't as good. It doesn't have optical or digital image stabilization. And I'll just show you a couple of samples here that I took on while I was out and about in town with the phone. So it could take a very decent snap, and if you want to see some of these samples there's a link in the description of this particular video. We can have a look at the originals and even download them if you want, and the 4K video sample 2 has been uploaded to the playlist. There will be front-facing camera samples soon, but it does take a very nice photo. And okay, I'm one of those people that didn't really think, okay, 23 megapixels isn't really necessary, but yes, it does capture a huge amount of detail, and you can crop images and still have a very workable, usable photo. I mean, this photo here of this barnacle bill guy, it's got so much detail on there. Now, I would say that the video capturing quality, the 4K video, isn't as good as my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. And it's not quite as good, but it's not bad. Camera-wise, I think it can at times take a photo better than the Samsung Galaxy S7, this one. So camera-wise, I am more than happy with it. I think the audio on this too is very good. And the only downsides really, there's two that I've found, is the amount of bloatware that ASUS try to cram down your throat. It's unbelievable the amount they had on here, because as soon as you connect up to the internet, not only does it come up with a notification to recommend applications that you download that you can't actually just dismiss, you can't get rid of it. Google Drive started to auto install itself. A lot of Google applications, TV and Play. What else was there? There was a few other ones, Photos, and I actually uninstalled some of them and had one of them reinstall itself. I think it was Play Movies and TV. It just popped back up there, and I had to uninstall it for the second time. So when you get this phone, you're going to need to spend a good 15 minutes going through all the crap that they have installed on here, uninstalling all of that and just getting rid of it. I mean, they put their own Zen circles, social media groups, and all this other stuff on there that I doubt anyone is honestly really going to be using. And they put all this stuff on there. I know other manufacturers do the same. I mean, Samsung is really bad too with putting bloatware on it, but this is just a step above those. And luckily, I've got most of it. You can go through slowly, disabling most of those applications, and you can get rid of, I would say, a good 90%. Some of them, unfortunately, you're stuck with some of the things on there. Some you could say are useful, like the Splendid. You can go through and change the color temperature of the screen. You can have standard colors or the super colors, which just boosts the color. They're trying to make it look a little bit like a super AMOLED screen almost. But a lot of it is just junk on there that most people I don't think would want. But got rid of that finally. So that is the biggest con. The other is the volume button location on the back there. It's awkward. It is a little awkward to get to. You can adjust it if you're in a phone call. I found that okay, you can tweak up the volume and down, but it doesn't feel good. Now I do understand why they have placed it there because on the side it just it wouldn't work really because you can't reach it with one hand. Now I can at least unlock and lock, and the fingerprint scanner does work really well. It's a shame that you have to still tap to wake up the mobile phone first because once it's in sleep, you can't just hold your finger down and it will unlock like some devices do, which I particularly like because I think why do you have to still wake it and then unlock? But it works well. But you could see that if you're holding it and you had the volume rocker here, that there's really no way to do it. So that's just one of the other things. But the build of it is really nice. It does feel premium. Okay, it's a little heavier than the Mi Max, but it just feels so much better in hand, more solid. There's no flex or creaks or anything. It just really has a premium build to it. We do have a bit of a camera bump, as pointed out in the unboxing, but I mean that's something we have literally on most phones, and I don't find that to be too much of a problem. Now the wireless speeds, the 4G speeds, the range, the call quality, all good, no complaints. Sounds really nice. The audio too. I have listened with my Sennheiser headset, my earphones that I have. I listened to a few tracks with the 3.5mm headphone jack, and yeah, it does sound quite good. The sound that it outputs. The speakers, the dual speakers at the bottom, also do sound really good for a mobile phone, and perhaps one of the better ones I have heard for a long time, really, on and the mobiles that I review. So not bad at all there. So I will be back soon. There will be some video samples in the playlist soon, as well as a gaming test will be coming up. And the battery life there, yeah, disappointing. But, I mean, it's good, but not as good as I expected. I will have the full review, which I'm working towards, hopefully up within a week or so. So keep an eye on the playlist there, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the review of the Zenfone 3 Ultra here.